Hello amazing viewers, and welcome back to this very amazing channel of where we get to bring you amazing content just like the one you've always had. I, your host Kelvin Juguna, I'm thanking you so much for making a decision to be part of this very amazing video. And today we are with our mom, Terry Gadoni. We are going to be discussing about things about investing, all about achieving your goals, also the mindset, and also putting up goals and taking actions towards achieving those goals. So I'm really hoping that you guys will get to enjoy today's video. Kindly do let us know what you think about today's video in the comment section down below. And guys, let's dive into the video and see what our mom Terry has for us in the table. Mom.
Thank you very much. An amazing title there, Mom.
Yeah.
But I'm glad to be hosted by you people.
Yeah.
And what Terry does, she's a realtor, she's also a coach, and a director at Property Hall Investment Limited, where we inspire and empower people to invest in the real estate, especially the women gender. Not that we don't want the men to invest, but like we had a discussion and I was telling you, women are the pillars. It's you who is the vision bearer of your home. So if you relax, it means your home is not going to thrive. So that's why for me I've taken it up. Women, can we step into our shoes? Can we do what it takes so that we are able to invest in the real estate and ultimately be able to meet our financial goals and to secure our desired future?
Before we come to coaching, before we come to investing, before we come to all these amazing things that you bring them on the table, Mom, kindly allow me to allow you to tell us a bit of your life experience pale ndio venye ulijipata mpaka ukakuwa kwa passion ya into investments.
I'll take you back, and I always say, if I say 10 years, if I say 15 years, it is just that period. You know, it's a moment in which maybe you never thought would one day come to this. So in terms of the dates, I may not be that good, but it is over 10 years ago. But let me start from childhood, whereby my parents, they were civil servants, but there comes a time in which you make a decision in life and you're like, I don't want to lead this kind of life. I want to better myself. And everybody has a chance and an opportunity. Everybody has a gift, has a talent in which you can exploit and ensure that you get where you want to be. And so my parents, they must have sat down and had a plan that they want to invest in the real estate.
Yeah.
So as kids, you also inside that so-called plan.
Yeah.
And they would do a lot of land tourism.
Yeah.
Land tourism is moving from one area to another, just looking at land, looking at the features of that place and seeing its future. So we could accompany them to those kind of tours. Entertainment joints were not many that time. So it is, you carry like a picnic basket, you know, just carry something and go and eat from a certain location. And I think that's where my passion grew. I did not realize that until a bit later in life. And my mom, if I can remember her, she had arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, from when I think, maybe when I could remember her. You know, it's a disease that, so do you call it degenerative? It grows slowly by slowly, if I may just put it, with time. So initial signs, symptoms, they come being severe as you go along. So, and it is a painful disease in terms because it's affecting the joints. So yes, she wants to go and view the properties, and she's like, okay, let us go. But you'll be the people who are showing me the beacons and all that. And there was no opportunity of you not going, because how is she going to view this property? And that is where my desire grew and grew and grew. We even that thing of also selling some properties here and there, you'll get her doing the transaction. There is no phone, so somebody will come there and you listen to it. So you're like, oh, it's that easy to sell, because since the other person has a desire, or even they have the desire, you'll be able to hear that negotiation and you're like, wow, so this is possible. So, and I remember asking her about the fraud. And she told me it's all in the mindset, because you attract who you are, one. So you have also to work on yourself very much. Don't have that thought of, I'm going to be, to lose out. It's good to always do due diligence, but this should not be the leading factor. Your leading factor should be, I will get this land. Ultimately, you will get it. So, those are the kind of talks we would be having here and there. Then come 2017, she was bedridden. And this now did now reveal to me what an investment can do in your life. And during this time when she was bedridden, she's using so much, but we are not catering for her as children. And I'm like, okay, you know, there are those things that you're like, if only she asks me for this money, will I have it? So when she says, I'll pay, you're like, wow. Because we also my family is growing, and every other of my siblings, we all have young families. And at the back of my mind, I'm like, wow, this is interesting. So it means these investments that have grown over time have been of help to her. And, you know, every other person's dream is to ensure that you're not in that uncomfortable situation having to demand from your children, or if they even can't afford, that you're not being taken care of well because there are no resources. I looked at it, I analyzed the whole situation, I was like, wow, this is a kind of life I would like to lead. And that made me take up the mantle of like, if they did it, why not every other person? And that has been the amazing journey. And I always wish if every other person would do that. Because one, we are going to manage to eliminate what I call the black tax. Black tax is whereby I as Terry is taking care of my siblings, not because I want, but because now it is an obligation, or I'm taking care of my parents. And remember, now this will be a cycle. The money I would have used to invest is what I'm now giving my siblings, I'm giving my parents. So what happens? I'll also not invest. My children will also fall into the same cycle. So if we are able to eliminate this black tax, I'm telling you, everyone would lead a good life. You can imagine having no phone call at the end of the month by demand that you have to do maybe shopping, but you're just doing it out of goodwill. Because there are some parents who you have now to take care of them. If you don't send money at the end of the month, they don't have food. So if we are able to eliminate black tax, for me, is where that's what I aspire to see in the future. People not taking care of others.
Yeah. Taking you back to black tax, you as Terry, there's this situation of where your mom got so much into arthritis and she was bedridden, and like she was being able to like stand on herself in terms of everything she needed. How did it feel to you personally as Terry?
That's why I'm saying it was a wake-up call for me, because one, it is not, it frees you off as a child. You don't feel guilty because you know even when I leave them, they are okay.
Yeah.
Then it also gives you a point of discussion. This is somebody who is in bed. So what we used to do is we used to have every sibling having their day, despite the fact that there's a caretaker. So the whole day you're there, and you'll have to talk. So for us, for me and her, we talked a lot about the real estate, and it was an eye-opener for me, because she would tell me, you know, there's nothing that you can't do. I remember we had a discussion as a family, and we are telling her slow down in terms of having to check on maybe a few fundis who are building somewhere, and she's like, if I give that up, what will I do? My brain is still intact. It's only that I'm not moving. And we sat down, we were like, for sure, she's 100% in terms of brain function. It's only the movement that is being hindered. And we could get her having record. She's telling you, record this, do this, send M-Pesa to this place. And, you know, it is just an amazing feeling to see somebody who's left such a legacy. Why not also want to leave a legacy of such a nature for my children and my children's children? So that is what I felt when I could go sit down with her. During this 1 year, it was a very amazing, phenomenal journey. Unfortunately, when she passed on in February 2018, we were, you know, you look at how much wealth of information that you've gotten, and you're like, this is the kind of life I would like to live. Yeah.
Okay, and so Terry, if I would ask, definitely when you are like maneuvering all over Kenya with like your parents, going to this place, to this place, to this place to see all these lands, like you watching on beacons and all these other things, what was running on your mind like on this time?
Fun. Fun, yeah. It wasn't something for me that I at that time had registered it to be like a business. But I think for me the starting point of it being a business came after finishing campus, and now I'm in employment, and people are talking about investing, and you're like, by the way, there's a certain property being sold at this place. People go and buy, but you're not in the mix of earning anything. And then you're like, but those guys have earned, why didn't I earn? So that's how I started doing it. And I remember now I could sell one, maybe to do a holiday, then sell another one, and think of how do I get money now to also buy 1, 2, 3. And the beauty, because I had gained now the confidence from what I had seen my parents doing. And also my dad is an accountant. So he also introduced to us the saving culture a bit early. I also ended up doing accounting. So in terms of saving, for me, I don't have an issue. When I set a goal, I need this property, I'll try and see how much I will. I better even not, you know, do holidays, eat a certain meal, you know, just to ensure that I don't have, that doesn't bypass me. It's always said accountants they are very slow in removing money in as much as they are counting the money. So it was the same thing. And the eureka moment came for me, now for me to go full time. During this year that she was bedridden, you know, you're just talking. She's telling you about real estate. She's telling you what are the ethics you need to follow up. You can even see what it is doing for them. You know, those two small things that people miss because you don't have money. You may want to eat for your breakfast sausage, then you add eggs, then you do your cereals and all that. For her, that was despite the fact that she was bedridden, nothing changed for her. So, and nothing changed even for the household.
Yeah.
Whereby now you are told, you guys now, unfortunately, because of this disease, you people, life has to change. For us, that moment never occurred. And I was like, I think I have a message to the outside world. These things are possible.
Yeah.
It just requires time, the right mindset, taking action, and having a plan.
Yeah.
And you're going to manage.
Okay.
So that is how now I ended up now moving from employment to full business under Property Hall Investment Limited.
Yeah.
And it has been an amazing journey.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yes.
So before we get to hear how she got into her first property vile alipurchase mpaka akaiturned into an investment, let's head for a very short commercial break, and when you're getting back, we're going to bring you amazing contents. And if you happen to watch a video for the very first time in this very amazing channel, please consider subscribing. Do let us know what you think about this video in the comment section down below. And guys, let's do this. Hello amazing viewers, and welcome back after the break. I'm really hoping that you guys are having awesome fun to watch this very amazing story and amazing experience from one of our very own Kenyan mom. Are you guys learning something? Kindly do let us know what you think about today's video in the comment section down below. So mom, let me bring you back to when you came to making this step for the first investment that you made. How was it to you?
By then, I had already cleared campus and I was married. So in my head, I'm like, my first salary, I will go to Mombasa, have fun and all that.
Yeah.
So my hubby then tells me he has spotted some land. And I'm like, what do you mean? Spotted some land, so we need to invest instead of us going on holiday. I was like, okay. That was not my goal, but let me fly with it. Reason being, I already have some experience now from my parents, what it was already doing. So that is how we ended up buying that one property. And if you can, I even don't like talking about how much, because we ended up selling it and we made some good money with it. Because it is this one of, once you're already in the business and you have the confidence, you're able to go to actually not in the business. Once you already have the confidence, when you're negotiating, because there's always that room for negotiation about this purchase of the property. You'll be like, okay, can you give me 3 months? Can you give me 4 months? And you at the back of your mind, you know how you're going to get this property. So for that one particular property that we bought, it was Lipa Pole Pole. The owner accepted the Lipa Pole Pole, and it was not a property that was. It had not even reached. I think it was at 150, 150 or 50,000, something like that. Because it was a property that even as we were shocked. But it always. I always say the price today. 10, 15 years down the line, it will not be the same
appreciated
price. Highly. And so that was the kind of property that we picked. Years later, we sold it, and it gives you the confidence that you had made the right decision. So, and remember also my saving culture. I'm that person who will not want to go and have a whole salary. I cannot be able to account for it. And that is what I tell people. Whatever amount you're earning, do something. Remember, if it is your job, save something. You'll be reminded, I bought a property using this salary. Loans are accessible to so many people, especially if maybe you're doing corporate and all that. See how you can be able to raise this money with the banks, with their circle. Have a plan from the beginning, because okay, for me, the plan was I use my first salary, I enjoy.
Yeah.
Then after that, I start investing.
Yeah.
However, it was from the first salary, but I enjoy.
Yeah.
Yes, because these are things that you can, holiday, you can do them later. Yeah.
And definitely for us, because I can see you're in land and also you're in housing. Which one came first? And like, if this one came first, how did you then get attracted to like doing the other one?
If I may explain what real estate is all about, real estate is property, and property is land and housing. So for me, my major is land, because as an agent, you don't have to have this land. You're selling on behalf of somebody. So that's how, when you hear people saying real estate, you can join in without any money, it is true.
Wow.
I only need to know which property is being sold. Is it legit? Who is the owner? So if I sell, I'll get a 3% or a certain amount that we have negotiated. So I'm actually in real estate without any money.
Wow.
Yes, so that is what happens with the real estate. Then also, remember now that as you go deep and people get to know you, you can start paying in installments, whereby if I sell, I don't get to have that money, but my commission is paying for another property within what I was selling. So that is how I may say I started with the land, so I come adding other products, because real estate is wide. And now when I went to full-time, I had to introduce what I call coaching. The coaching product. Coaching product, why? People will call me, and I think each and every day, if I look at my messages, my chats, or my calls, I'll have had like 4 people calling me, they would like to be handheld. It takes time. Time is money. So I looked at it. If I formulate a certain program in which you come in, if you want to be an investor, I have already the content. You will benefit from it. Then if you want to be a realtor, just like I am selling properties, you will benefit from it, and you now start this business. So that's how my coaching programs came into place, so that I also don't lock you out, because I feel by spending 2-3 hours with somebody, there's nothing much I am gaining. Yeah.
So definitely would ask, if someone is watching out there and also would want to be part of the coaching, how would I get you?
One, there is a certain website, tutadu.com, that's where I've put in my events or my coaching programs. You can also call me directly on 0721 552 820. My website, property, you just search Property Hall Investment and Investment Limited. It should be able to show you all the products that we offer. And there's the group coaching or the one-on-one, depending on what you really want. And yes, let us start this journey. Whether as an investor, is as a buyer. Remember when we had a discussion and we were talking about some old man who was talking about if he knew, he would have bought these properties
earlier then
when he had the money. So these are the kind of things we'll be discussing. When I handhold you, or when you have that person who is telling you, yes, let us use this channel, interesting bit, you always will be able to achieve your goal. Remember, you are who you are based on the people you're also spending time with. So you can imagine spending time with me and I'm just talking about real estate.
Definitely. In the next future, you'll be having your own.
Yes.
Or definitely, Terry, if I would ask, mainly, most of the people think that for you to venture into the real estate business, home, housing, lands, and all this other thing, they think that one should have a lot of money. Like, how much definitely should one have for him or her to venture into this business?
This may not be a one-off answer, because one, real estate is capital intensive. But where are you starting from? If look at there's a property you can even get like 50,000. I do sell properties in Nanyuki, and I remember meeting one person who told me 2 years ago, I don't know, is it 2 years or 3 years ago, between 2 and 3 years ago, that place where they stay, an acre was going for 50,000. Right now, people have subdivided into 50 by 100. That's an eighth, and it's going for 450,000.
Wow.
2 years ago, an acre. And an acre can give you 8 to 7 plots.
Yeah.
So you can imagine somebody who bought. So do you have that mindset, one, of achieving this goal? Once you have that mindset that I can manage to buy this property and I'll become successful in terms of until the end of the process, you have your documents.
Yeah.
Take that action. Now start looking for property. There is property of 50,000 as we speak. There is property of even 300,000 as we speak. Sorry, even 300 million. Yes, Upper Hill and such kind of places. The properties are those kind of prices. So why start looking at Upper Hill and haujafika kiwango ya Upper Hill?
Yeah.
So that you just go get discouraged. Hapana. Start moving. Huku mashinani, properties are of any value is available. Anza na hiyo. Then go climbing the ladder. Because what happens with investing, and especially in the real estate, it's what Albert Einstein called the eighth wonder of the land, of the world. Money makes money. So answer to with what you have, then keep investing and reinvesting. You will eventually reach there.
Okay.
Let's say you've bought even a property or even inheritance. The inheritance, there are so many people who've inherited. Don't sell that property if you don't have another one, or don't sell to go and do something else with that money. Because if let's say you are left for an acre, you can subdivide, sell maybe half, then this half you now start constructing, developing this property. So it is that mindset. What do you want to achieve? What thoughts are you giving yourself? Are you pushing yourself out from investing because somebody said a property is 300 million, somebody said a property is 500 million? Don't look at that. Even them, they started somewhere. They started low. And most of the people are starting low. Yes.
Talking about matters mindset, definitely we've seen many people, like maybe one would want to invest, but definitely they cannot because of what they've been hearing from friends and families, and also maybe matters about fear. What can you say about that?
Fear is on the other side of success. So you have to conquer this fear. And your thoughts will always lead to feelings, and these feelings will lead to action. So you are starting with fear. So what thoughts are you having? They'll lead to that kind of an action whereby you're like, I'm fearing to invest. You'll therefore never take action to invest. Another person comes and is like, no, I have to make it. I have seen it work for many people. And for me now, being in this real estate, I can tell you I have been able to inspire people, and they have bought properties. There's a lady, she told me, yes, be using me as an example. She's based in the US. She saw my interview in the mainstream media. Something just told her, no, call this lady. So she called me, she told me the way she was fearing to invest because she's out of the country. And I told her, Betty, it is possible. You never called me by chance. Do your due diligence on me, on my company, and let us move. Let fear not stop you from achieving your goals. And from the time we started up with her, I'm telling you, I have seen her buy properties. I was like, you don't know, you had money. She's like, no, my head is now jogging. Each and every time, she'll be like, Terry, which property is up for sale? I'm like, Betty, what kind of job are you doing there? She's like, no. But because she made that decision, she changed her mindset. She's now been able to move. And that is the whole thing about having the correct mindset. When you are, okay, I also call myself youth. If people of 60 are still youth, hata mimi ni youth. When you're sitting down talking with somebody and the person is like, this is not possible, pesa imeenda juu, hata hakunanga kazi. No, kazi ziko. But what mindset are you putting? What thoughts are you having at the back of your mind? It will always translate to the action. So if you wake up in the morning and anytime I get an opportunity, especially to be driven by Uber, I always have a chat with those guys. And you'll get somebody saying, aina hata hakunaga kazi, hii pesa sijui. And one day I sat down and I was like, okay, I don't want this negative talk, but let me get the true facts. So we were talking with one of the Uber drivers, and he told me that was his third. It was around 8. And he told me that was his third journey for that particular day. And I asked him, then why can't you be grateful for what you've already done? Why are you looking at the negatives? Why are you saying hakuna kazi? This is your third trip and you're saying hakuna kazi and it's 8 a.m. So as we were talking, was like, yeah, by the way, there's just this bit of tumezoea kusema ni kuhustle tu. No. Tunangangana. I'll not say tunangangana. Me, I'm doing well. Because what comes out of your mind, of your thoughts, is what you take to your mouth, and your words define who you are. So if I say I'm poor, I will definitely be poor. If I say there is no job, there will definitely be no job. And I've tested it. There was a time, now after COVID, I just, when people ask me, why is my property not being sold? I'm like, hakuna pesa, COVID has hit and all that. A lady called me and she told me, no, Terry, you can't tell me that. It is, those words are so strong. She's called Jane. And that time I said no. Do you know, the same day, you know these talks are just usually idle talk. So the same day we are now chatting with somebody else, and I have switched my mindset. No, kuna pesa. So the person is like, how are you faring? I'm like, miuku. I'm just selling properties. I know I'm not, it's not that what I'm saying. I'm just selling properties. But najipe nguvu. I am trying to motivate myself. That day, I got somebody who wanted to buy, a client. And I was like, hey, this is powerful. Wow. Your thoughts, your words are very powerful. Do not curse yourself with these words that you're telling yourself. It may look like you want to make everybody feel at home. You know, when misery loves company. I'm not in that company. I'm not in that company. If you call me, Terry, I'm selling. And funny enough, I am going to sell. If I call you and you tell me business is bad, hiyo siku hakuna kitu utafanya. So can we change that mindset? Let's, don't, and also taking 100% responsibility of your life. You're young, and then you're there saying, it is my parents. What does your parents have to do? You're trying to blame the government. Oh, the government hakunanga hawapatiani kazi. What talent do you have that you can utilize and make money? This is a YouTube channel that I can see its growth. So you can imagine you now blaming people not subscribing. But what content are you giving? What thoughts, the thoughts that I have, I'm so big on mindset. I remember when year 2020, I had even to do a coaching program to be able to change the way I think. And I that community I just got amazed. Everybody is seeing possibilities. And for me, I said, this should be the starting point of each and every person. Have the right mindset. Have a positive mindset. Anything comes negative, no, I don't want it. I move it to positive. And you shall see it manifesting in your life. So even you as youth, me included, I'll have negative thoughts, but I'll not verbalize it. And I will also ensure these negative thoughts, I push them back. I'm like, no, that is not what will happen to my life. So we all have capabilities, but we diminish because of the mindset that we have and what we are verbalizing. So let us change, and have that positive mindset.
Talking of youths, maybe there may be someone watching this video out there, but they're still maybe thinking it is very early. I still have time. Maybe you can get to explain to us which is this best time to start investing. But before we get to hear about that, let's head for a very short commercial break. And when you're coming back, we're going to bring you amazing content just like the one you've always had. So guys, if you're watching a video from this channel for the very first time, please consider subscribing. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Don't be selfish ati upate tu information mzuri peke yako. Let your friends also get to know about this. So tell a friend to tell a friend about this channel, because a lot more is yet to come. And guys, let's head for a very short commercial break. And so guys, we are yet on another amazing part of this very amazing video. I'm really hoping that you guys are having awesome fun to have Terry in the house. So you guys, if you've not invested, what are you waiting for? Because Property Hall Investment Limited is here for you to help you make the right decisions when you get in to make your investments. So guys, we're here, and the other thing that I'm going to go into is what is the best time to invest? Because maybe mostly youth, or many even other people, the middle age or even the older people, they still say that I still have time. What is this best time to start making your investments?
The best time is now.
Okay.
Immediately you start earning. And there's this notion that people have that I make 5,000. How else? Will I ever be able to invest? But the trick here is, what talents do you have? What gifts do you have to be able to increase your sources of income? If you look at a day has 24 hours, sleep 8 hours, and a few breaks there, remove 2 more hours. So you have another 14 hours.
Yeah. How
do you spend your 14 hours? Are you having the chit chat and maybe you'd be video editing? Do you have a talent in maybe singing and you go and sing and you get money? It's all about exploiting your God-given gifts, so that you can even have 50 different things you're doing. Just today on social media, I even had to congratulate the person. The person was giving their profile. They are doing cleaning. They are doing VA, that is marketing for people. They are doing voiceovers. They were, what else were they saying they were doing? As in, she had 5 different things that she was doing. So with time, yes, you're going to perfect and earn a lot of money, but can you increase your sources of income? Do not tire. Do not sit down and say there is nothing you can do. There is always something you can do. Put in your thoughts. What is this can I do? You will get there.
Yeah.
Yes.
To women out there, and I've heard you speak about the role of a woman in a home who maybe are trying to figure out to taking steps toward investments, and maybe they're not getting that support. What do you have for them?
No, okay. I'll not talk about support. I may not be in that space.
Yeah.
But I always tell people, if you are walking a journey together, can you be there for each other? Today you may be a CEO of a company and you've told your wife not to work, and then something happens and you are jobless. What happens? You both suffer.
Yeah.
And we were talking with some friends of mine, and there has been a trend that we have realized taking place. When somebody gets married and their spouse has a very good job, they tend to tell the lady, you sit back and take care of the children. Not bad, it is okay. But once the children leave the nest, by the time they are 3-4 years, there is no child who is now not going to school. Can you look for something that you can do? Because 2 incomes are better than 1. Even if I bring in my 50,000 and you're bringing in your 1 million, my 50,000 is still something. It can do shopping for the whole month, and now the 1 million which you're earning as a CEO goes into investing. So let us try and encourage each other.
Yeah.
It's not this society whereby people are sitting down and they don't want to do anything. That is not the kind of culture you also want to have for your children. And even to the ladies, don't stop normalizing being given. Be the giver. Yeah, I get people, young girls going for dates and even starting the culture of is it, you're calling it babas, because You want to be given 1, 2, 3,000.
Yeah.
Very few times will you get somebody giving you money that you can be able to invest. So you will be in that rat race because you decided you want to be given. There is so much opportunity out there. And I've through my mentorship program, I've come across ladies who are so much into doing their own things. They even tell me they don't agree to be bought for lunch because they want to ensure that they have their own money that they can buy that lunch. Yes. So let us normalize this thing of working hard. It is not that you don't have opportunities, but where are your priorities? If you decide your opportunity or your priorities is being given, remember your thoughts. They play a big role. So once you put in the thought, I need to be given, I need to be given, you'll be given until what age? Until you're 70.
Yeah. Okay. So definitely, as a woman who is very inspiring, so teaching through your coaching and all these things, if I would come to a question of asking, what's your purpose?
My purpose in life is to ensure that everybody invests in real estate. You know, I actually had to go through the life coaching, and remember, purpose is not cast on stone. We have different gifts, but for me right now, I'm exploiting real estate because I want to ensure that everybody has a secure future. I always tell people, you know, when you're doing something and you're impacting the society, for me that is part of your purpose. I want to ensure that, be it the youth, you may not buy today, but 5 years down the line, with a good concrete plan and taking the action to be able to achieve this plan, you're going to be buying property. So where will you buy your property from? Terry, Property Investment Limited. So always try and strive even to learn early. There are people who in their 60s are like, Terry, I wish I met you several years ago, because they didn't have this information. If I may take you back how I started the coaching programs, it's because people, they are yearning for this information. Remember, you cannot be a master of everything. So you may not, your parents never invested, your friends have not invested, so you won't know how to invest. So Terry is here to come and handhold you, and let us embrace this thing of looking into a future. You don't know, and the future is usually tomorrow, even the next few minutes. You may, let me not say, okay, you know, you never know what will happen. You may be walking, you sleep and you can't walk again. And therefore maybe you may not go to the job that you are doing. But had you secured that future of yours?
And what can you say about matters about setting goals? And what can it be done towards achieving those goals?
Never start your day without a goal. And a goal, I mean, it has even set timelines. There's what we call a vision board, which is just pictures put together, and you're able to see them, you know, what you want in that future of yours. So as you're beginning your day, let's start with as you're beginning your year, you want maybe to have bought a piece of land, or you need to have saved this amount of money towards a certain goal. Ensure you are working towards it. Have a concrete plan. Put it down in writing. Even the Bible says so clearly, put it down in writing, and you will see it coming to be. And I always, you know, these are things I have tested. Last year, I had a very nice vision board, and I was able to accomplish over 90% of that vision board. Why every day when I wake up, it reminds me, I had set to do this. Have I done it? Why aren't I doing it? When I wake up in the morning, I have my goals, my to-do list is just those short-term tasks that you need to do. So by the end of maybe around 4, I'm reviewing, have I done this? Have I done this? If I've not, it also now makes me work towards it. So if you don't have a goal, you will never accomplish anything. You'll just be somebody who's just walking without anywhere you're going. And where will you reach anyway? Nowhere.
And I've asked you about what your purpose is, what all this motivation you've given us, but I would really like to know, like, what motivates you towards waking up from your bed each and every morning to push towards your goals? What's your motivation?
I think I want to leave a rich legacy. Yes. I do not want to. Terry came to this world, she was born, she ate, she slept, she died, and that's it. No. Terry came into this world and she was able to change the real estate sector. For me, as I'm talking about real estate, it is to ensure that where will everybody buy this property? Because we have reduced the issues of loss of funds, fraud, and all that. So I'm even training people to be realtors, but with certain ethics, maintain integrity and trustworthiness, and make everybody happy. When we do a transaction with you, you should feel I need to come back for another and another. So that's the kind of thing I want to see, that a legacy, a rich legacy I've left, people have bought property. Yeah, because once you secure your desired future, we've eliminated black tax.
Yeah. We've heard of cases of where maybe one might have purchased a land of where it's owned by another person or even another person, or a grabbed land. Like maybe being a person that you definitely understand this field in a well way, can you definitely in a brief way explain to us what are those criteria that one can use when purchasing or acquiring to own a land?
The first step in purchasing of property is, one, you need to know why you want to buy this property, so that if it is residential, if it's commercial or industrial, so that you're specific. You have to have a goal even when you're investing. So do you want a home? Okay, yes. What location and what price? So that again, you cannot scratch beyond where you can reach. You cannot start saying you want a home of 30 million, yet when you look at your income right now, you cannot go until that amount. So you have that, your goals need to be realistic. They need to be smart goals. So you've maybe said that I can be able to acquire a property of 1 million. So even when you're looking for property, you're specific. I have a budget of 1 million. So you have your location right, you have your goals or your the use of the property right, and then now you have the price right. You approach the agents, because agents have vast information. Because somebody will have called me, told me they have a property they want to sell. You can approach the agents, then you give them what you want. So once you let them know what you want, they let you know this is also what I have under that. You go and view the property. If especially you are within the country, view the property. If you're not within the country, somebody else can view for you. So that again, you don't also hinder yourself from having this property, because you're not going to view the property. And now this is where due diligence starts. Once you view the property, I've taken me as the agent. Tomorrow, take the same route. Go and view the property and know your neighbor. Because once you know the neighbor, you know how fraud normally occurs. It's like something secretive that is being done. So once I've taken you, then now tomorrow you go again. You will get somebody coming. You will get somebody on the way. You're like, hey, okay, I even want to be your neighbor. Or go on a Sunday. The pastors always tell somebody who are new in this place, Simama, tell people I want to be a neighbor. Actually, I want to start buying. I want to purchase a certain property there. Let me tell you, somebody will come in and tell you, that property is not legit, or they are congratulating you. So try as much as possible to know your neighbor. There's a certain guy who had gone to view land in Thika, a place called Ngoigwa. So he was telling me he went a day like today with a broker or with the person who was showing him the property. They viewed the property. Then the following day, being a Sunday, it was like, hey, family, let me take you so that you see this property. So they went with the wife and the children. Now, this second time, Amze came. He's like, I saw you guys yesterday. Ata leo. So what is it? Do you know that guy who I was with yesterday was selling to me that property? The guy was like, no, this property is not under sale. It is actually my son who resides out of the country. That's his property. So had he not gone this second time, he would not have known that. So let's normalize knowing your neighbor. Anyway, you may end up living there, so why not? So once you have viewed the property, now you've tried to know the neighbors and all that. Take the documents. You normally take a copy of the title deed, a PIN number, and and a copy of the ID, you take it to the respective land registry. Right now they are not digitalized, but that's what the government is working on. So you take this document and you go to the land registry. There are some land registries you pay, others you don't pay. So you leave it there and they'll tell you when to come for your document. That is a search document.
Yeah.
And when you have the search document, remember now, this now being a government institution, they have all the records. And remember, you cannot, if your land is in Nakuru, you cannot go to Mombasa.
Yeah.
It has to be within Nakuru.
Yeah.
So let the process go on. Now have the documents, and then you can do it even via a lawyer, so that it's always good to use a professional.
Yeah.
Again, it's at your discretion. So after you've done the search, there's also what we call a deed plan, or that bigger map from the Survey of Kenya, so that you're able to see, is it the exact land? Right now, as they're digitalizing, they're putting using the GPS system, they're putting the coordinates.
Yeah.
So you're able to, those coordinates will never be like of another property.
Yeah.
But now when it was physical, you needed this bigger map, so that you're able to see, is it the exact place that you want?
Yeah.
There's a certain Chinese guy who wanted to buy land in Kitengela.
Yeah.
And a guy had 100 acres, uko ndani, about so many kilometers inside. And
Yeah.
then he had another one near the road. The Chinese guy wanted near the road. So when he was given the documents, everything will be legit. But what is the title number? He got for that was too far. But now again, now with the deed plan, you're able to ensure it is the location.
Yeah.
That your specific location you wanted. So once you have done that, that is still due diligence.
Yeah.
Once you've done that, and now you can now go to the negotiation table with the real owner.
Yeah.
Or a representative of an owner. I've been to situations whereby somebody tells me, utadil na mimi. I'm like, is that land yours? Apana. So tutadil na wewe aje. Can you also bring in the owner?
Yeah.
So that now we also,
Yeah.
because one, remember, if this land is under succession, the person passed away, there'll be a longer process.
Yeah.
Yeah. So have what? Do that due diligence. Meet up with the owner, negotiate, do a sales agreement, and then now from there, you can start paying your money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I would ask, like, basically, what challenges do you face in this field of investing in all these things?
Challenges, maybe, I don't even like putting them as challenges. One is the thing that being a lady, people are like, okay, do you have what it takes? But I've been able to prove it. Everybody is up to the task,
Yeah.
be it a lady or be it who. Then again, it is not sweets you are selling. So you are not selling, especially when you are beginning this business. It is not money coming in. Like I've sold 50, 60 acres.
Yeah.
You can even go a whole month if not sold anything. So that's where your planning comes in. Then, but eventually, you will reach a point where you're just selling a property each and every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if I may say, maybe, and then the issue of you have to be extra careful,
Yeah.
use your gut feelings. Your guts are always right.
Yeah.
I may meet with you, or you may talk to me on phone. I'm like, no. Yeah.
Yeah. Tell us more about Property Hall Investment Limited. What does it deal with? Land, housing, and what else? And how can they even find you out there if someone is really interested in making that investment a step after just watching this video?
So Property Hall Investment Limited, one, we have a YouTube channel where we educate people about real estate investing.
Yeah.
It is called Real Estate Show with Terry. So subscribe also to the channel and you'll get a lot of information about real estate investing.
Yeah.
Then we have coaching programs for both the realtors and the investors,
Yeah.
which there's always an ongoing cohort. Then it's a continuing thing that we're trying to incorporate, which is mentorship,
Yeah.
especially for students and 1 year post-graduation,
Yeah.
so that you're starting it right. your basics or your foundation really play a big role. So that by the time now you're starting to earn, you already have everything about real estate investing. And then our major one is sale of properties, and especially land. We have land in Nanyuki, and there are amazing properties there, because we've subdivided into 1 acre, and also for somebody who owns the 50 by 100, it is there. And we also give people opportunities they can sell on our behalf. Then we've partnered also with other people to be able to sell under agency in Kitengela, in Mala, in Naivasha, where else? Several other areas. And for these, I try as much as possible to pick huge chunks. Somebody is in either they're in the business or they had bought and now they are selling, so that the more property there is at a certain area, the better the price we get. So that is generally what we do. We also do property management right now, not at a high scale, because it also requires a very efficient team, which we are working on. So right now we are not picking more properties, so that we ensure that everything is efficient. And consultancy, you may want to buy a property that is not ours, but the due diligence, I always tell somebody, do your own due diligence. So maybe you're out of the country and you want to know, what can I, not even out of the country, you're even within the country, and you want to know, I had bought this property, what can I do with it? So property whole investment and a consultancy, we are going to go and to the ground and do the feasibility test and check what more you can do with that property. No property is supposed to lie idle. Hata ukiweka za mabati, sitapata watu. And it also adds security to your property. So that's so far what we do. And on social media, we are everywhere. Just search Terry Nganga. I, as a director, you'll get me there. Then property whole investment, and Facebook, and Instagram is property whole invest. Then we are also on TikTok, and which other one? And LinkedIn. Yes. Right. We are trying to exploit all forms of social media, because social media is where we are heading to.
And definitely, tukimalizia, when you're winding it up, to our youth out there who's watching and is really so much inspired about everything that we've shared on this show, tell him or her something.
What I can tell somebody is fear is on the other side of success. Start now and have that mindset. You can do it, and you shall surely do it. Yes, take the step, take the action.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for sharing your very amazing and inspiring story with us. We really hope that it impacted someone's life. We really hope that one got a lesson out of this very amazing video. So guys, thank you so much for always taking that chance and that time of yours to watch this very amazing video till to the very end. We really appreciate the support that you guys are giving us. Thank you so much for watching, and tell a friend to tell a friend. Subscribe if you're watching a video in this channel for the very first time, and also let Ma'am Terry tell you guys to subscribe. Ma'am Terry, tell them subscribe.
And thank you very much, Kelvin, for hosting me. For me, I loved the fact that one, you are a youth and you're ready to take steps. You know, talking with you, and I can just see in a few years' time, you will be somewhere, we'll be wondering, how did you, ulifikaje huko? So, and plus also the camera guy, Kelvin, too. Continue taking the steps, and thank you for what you're doing. If, you know, what impact, like what you asked, what's my purpose? What motivates you? I know this also motivates you. Yes, and let's continue supporting each other. I also on the YouTube channel. People learn about real estate. Real Estate Show with Terry. Subscribe, watch, and share. Thank you.
Thank you. Subscribe, like, and share. Terry, Real Estate Show with Terry. Real Estate Show with Terry. Subscribe, like, and share, and comment. And don't forget to tell a friend about this channel, because a lot more of like real estate shows zinakuja hapo. Real Estate Show with Terry. So guys, thank you so much for watching this very amazing video till to the very end. Subscribe. We love you so much. Let's meet up in the next amazing part of amazing content.